All right, number 13, a researcher wishes to estimate the blood alcohol concentration, which is BAC, for drivers involved in fatal accidents. He randomly selects 60, determines the sample mean to be 0.16, standard deviation 0.06, and we're going to complete parts A through D. So first, it says a histogram of blood alcohol concentrations show that BACs are highly skewed. Explain why a large sample is needed to construct a confidence interval for BAC for fatal crashes with positive BAC. All right, so we need a large enough sample because it's skewed to assume normality if it's large enough. So skewed right, a large sample is needed to ensure it contains at least 5%. Highly skewed, large enough is necessary to ensure that it's normal. There we go. So B. Recently, approximately 25,000 fatal crashes had positive BAC. Explain why this, along with the fact that the data were obtained using a simple random sample, satisfies requirements for constructing an interval. So this deals with the properties of sampling, and we got to make sure the sample size is not more than 5%. So greater than 5 is not it. Got to be less than 5 with the population, which that's the one we need. And now we want to determine and interpret a 90% confidence interval. I'm going to go to T, one sample summary. So up here, sample mean 0.16. The sample standard deviation 0.06. Sample size 60. And then 90% confidence, and want to do a confidence interval. And then from there we compute. So we come up with point, and what do we want to do, round it through those places, 0.147, and we got to pick the correct researchers blank. Confident, the mean is not between, so we want between. Okay, so B, 90% confident, mean is between 0.147 and 0.173. And then all areas of the country use a BAC of 10%. As the legal intoxication level, is it possible for BAC of all drivers involved in a fatal accident found to have BAC less than the legal intoxication level? So is 10% possible? So our mean, we're 90% confident that the mean for those involved in fatal crashes and test positive is between 14 and 17. Is it possible to have 10? Yes, but it's not likely because we only have a 10% error. So possible, it's not likely. Yep. All right, number 14 says a survey was conducted about and asked that 1,007 people how many books they read in the past year. Sample mean, sample standard deviation, 99% confidence interval for the mean number of books. 99% probability, 99% confidence that the population mean is between. Okay, so we already got the StatCrunch open. Let's do stat. And the mean is 11.7. F 16.6. Sample size 1,007. We want 99. Confident. And we are looking at 2 decimal places. So we're looking at between 10.35 and 13.05.